Sounds like the only voice that matters right now is yours, Jacinta. I mean, good luck pushing for that, and we will keep on top of that here at this show. It sounds like a very, very worthwhile project. Now, you're also proposing to introduce a private members bill to curb alcohol consumption in some of the townships. How bad are things out there now?
It's horrific. There are community members who feel as though, who have stated to me that since the introduction of alcohol, very horrible things have occurred in their lives and in their families' lives. I'll give you an example. The recent murder homicide of the young mother and her 4-month-old baby, her uncle has plainly said to me, it is his deeply held belief that the very day that the alcohol bans were lifted in the Northern Territory is the day that his niece was killed and his niece's baby was killed. And that's what he sees as a connection for him. That's what he stated to me. But there's a lot going on. I've been receiving phone calls from some of the surrounding communities, the community of Yuendamu, my family's community, where there are family feuds now flaring up. There are families who are fleeing from communities like Yuendamu, not just Yuendamu, but a nearby community of Nyirpi. And children, their lives are in upheaval now as a result because they can't stick around in the community, they can't go to school, because of the violence that's going on in those communities, and it's being fueled by alcohol. But we knew, we didn't need a crystal ball to know that this would be the immediate impact of lifting those alcohol bans. And I just find it absolutely gobsmacking that the Territory Labor government chose the rights of drinkers over the rights of these vulnerable people.
I think the only surprising thing is just how quickly it all happened. It sounds like it almost happened overnight. So how would your bill work? It's a federal bill. It would override the territory, I presume. And how soon can you get it in, and how effective do you think it will be?
Well, tomorrow I'll be introducing my motion to the Senate of my intention to introduce the bill come late October sittings. I have been in conversations with the Labor member for Lingiari, Marion Scrimgeour, who has expressed her support. And today I'll also be meeting with the other Senator of the Northern Territory, Malandiri McCarthy. Marion herself has spoken in her first speech to Parliament about her deeply held concerns for the lifting of these alcohol bans. So I truly do hope that she's sincere in her support with this bill going forward, because what it'll do is it'll put a handbrake on the availability of alcohol in these vulnerable communities until such time as a territory government has put in the appropriate framework, followed by the thorough consultation of community members who are affected by alcohol in their communities. So until such time as the framework is in place that appropriate alcohol consumption can take place, education and all those things are put in place within these communities, that when that occurs, that is when responsibility will be handed back to a territory government. So whether it's this current Labor government, which I don't think has the maturity to actually do this, and they've demonstrated that by simply lifting the alcohol restrictions and allowing communities to suffer, but whether it's a future territory government, but this is what it's about. So whatever territory government of the time demonstrates that they have the capability to do this properly, that is when responsibility will be handed back. But until such time, this bill proposes to provide that handbrake to those communities that are suffering now that alcohol is available back out in them.